Strategic reports and signals indicate that up to 30,000 U.S. Marines and elite military units are now deployed to secure and control Greenland, marking one of the most significant Arctic military movements in modern history. Greenland has long been viewed as remote, frozen, and geopolitically tranquil. But beneath the ice lies something far more important: strategic dominance in the Arctic. In recent months, U.S. military planners have accelerated troop deployments, logistical infrastructure, and operational readiness across Greenland. While the United States is at conflict with many allies over the fate of Greenland, thousands of American troops are preparing for massive war drills focused on the defense of Norway. For Cold Response 26, which is scheduled to begin in March, over 25,000 troops from a dozen nations will join about 3,000 Marines. In preparation, coalition forces are conducting unit-level cold weather training this month, according to a statement released on Monday by Marine Corps Forces Europe and Africa. Major Gen Daniel Shipley, commander of MARFO or EURAF, stated in the release, "This exercise isn't simply about preparing for today's dangers. It's about developing and bolstering the capacity required to prevent future attacks and protect our common interests." American military assets involved in the exercises include Marines, U.S. Special Operations Forces, P-8 Poseidon maritime patrol aircraft, F-35 Lightning jet fighters, and other aircraft. According to the Corps, one of the main goals of Cold Response is to show that a U.S.-based Marine Air Ground Task Force from Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, can swiftly move across the Atlantic Ocean to support bigger NATO activities. Canada, Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, Spain, Sweden, and the United Kingdom will participate in addition to the United States and Norway. The Arctic is receiving international attention around the time of the Norway drills. President Donald Trump's attempt to seize control of Denmark's semi-autonomous province of Greenland has caused tensions between the U.S. and its European allies to skyrocket in recent weeks. Trump has stated that he wants to buy the land, but the White House has not ruled out using force.
Hanging on two!
Fire!
Denmark, which intends to participate in Cold Response, has consistently dismissed the concept as unfeasible. A U.S. annexation of Greenland would mean the end of NATO, according to some European officials. France called for more extensive NATO military drills in the Arctic on Wednesday, stating that the French are prepared to provide troops and that one should take place in Greenland. Trump stated he anticipates allies reaching a consensus on Greenland's future direction ahead of his presentation on Wednesday at the World Economic Forum annual meeting in Davos, Switzerland. Trump told reporters on Tuesday, "I think we will work something out where NATO is going to be extremely happy and where we're going to be very happy. I hope things will work out very nicely, and we have a lot of meetings booked on Greenland." Meanwhile, Allied forces seem to be carrying on the business as normal, coordinating their activities around Europe. NATO Supreme Allied Commander Europe, Gen Alexis Grinkwich, and defense chiefs met in Brussels on Wednesday to discuss defense strategies and the Ukraine situation. Italian Admiral Giuseppe Dragone, head of the NATO Military Committee, did not explicitly address the Greenland conflict, but stated the alliance is still focused on its tasks. "I can speak to one fundamental point. Cohesiveness is the key attribute of this group," Dragone stated as the discussions began. "Yes, there are divisions, which is to be expected in a democratic alliance, but those disparities may and do help us improve." The United States deploys around 200 troops in Greenland to support the early warning ballistic missile defense mission. During the Cold War, the United States maintained several bases and thousands of troops stationed in Greenland. Last weekend, Trump threatened to put fresh tariffs on numerous European countries if an agreement was not struck for the U.S. to take over the area. Several European leaders have criticized the concept. The dispute is anticipated to escalate this week at the Davos economic event in Switzerland, where Trump will address global political and business leaders on Wednesday. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte announced Monday that he will meet with Trump at the forum to discuss Greenland and Arctic security. Following a phone discussion with Rutte that same day, Trump stated that he will hold negotiations with various parties about the Greenland problem. Greenland is critical to national and international security. There is no turning back. Everyone agrees. Trump spoke on his Truth Social platform. Without a question, the United States is the world's most powerful nation. We are the only power capable of ensuring global peace, and we do so simply by using our strength. The Security Cooperation Pact between Washington and Copenhagen enables the U.S. to strengthen its military presence on the island. Some security analysts believe that boosting American and ally presence in Greenland could be a diplomatic approach to prevent Trump from seeking complete American authority over the country. The claim that 30,000 Marines have captured Greenland likely stems from a mix of real political statements, cold response and NATO exercises in the Arctic, and online speculation about troop movements in the Arctic, but the claim does not reflect a verified troop deployment on that scale. Even online communities discussing the potential movement of Arctic-trained troops or paratroopers are theoretical, not confirmed military action. The situation in Greenland illustrates a much larger strategic truth. The Arctic is now an arena of serious geopolitical competition, but not yet a full-fledged battlefield. All of this could one day transform into new forms of cooperation or bitter rivalry, depending on how global politics evolves. So tell me in the comments, do you think the U.S. will ever try to gain real military control of Greenland? What role should NATO play in the future of the Arctic? If you learned something new, hit the like button and subscribe for weekly in-depth reviews of military strategy and geopolitical shifts around the world.
Take all these things into account. You can use this. That's who it was. Forrest had those snuff.